Let's be honest. We all make mistakes. Me especially. And I've made a couple that I'm going to fix. I promise. Give me just a second. Let's roll the intro and then we'll go through them right about. And now. And everybody. So you may have noticed I fixed a couple things, but let's go through them specifically with these new kingdoms and their new Lords Paramount. First and foremost, the one I screwed up the least is Lord Paramount Adrian of House Kusland. The big thing that I messed up, the only thing that I messed up is the coat of arms. Instead of the octopus, it is the civic crown. I didn't know that going in. Now I do. It was off by one, like literally just one click. So, yeah. And then we've also discussed the change here. One of the great suggestions in the comment section that Lord Paramount Adrian agreed with was the Rosewoods, and I think that that's a great name for this. I think that that's a good concept to have here because it incorporates a piece of the reach that's missing, I think, being just the Golden Grove, and it kind of separates out between the Goldwoods and then also what is now known as the Mander, which goes off the Mander River that flows right here, which is fantastic. I like the name. It was suggested multiple times. A lot of you actually wanted to incorporate a third kingdom into the mix, which, I thought about it. It becomes very difficult because either I have to eat into some of the lands of the Stormlands up here, take away some of these counties, and supplement those down here, or a lot of you were saying maybe include some of the elbow down here. And the only problem with that is if you have a Lord Paramount with a land that is encompassed by these impassable mountains, it's hard for that Lord Paramount to muster his army, because half of them is on one side of the mountains and half of them is on the other, and there's no way to get them across without crossing into enemy territory. And so I don't want to do that to whatever Lord Paramount is here. That just kind of splits his force and really makes life difficult. I wouldn't want to have a kingdom like that if I was playing as that character. So I'm probably not going to do that. I do think we will have two Dornish kingdoms down here. Probably divided by... It's difficult because the river only flows in here, and so technically, if we were to go off of normal, your typical dividing lines for borders, that river would be it. But the Ghost Hills, has a county that splits it. There's a county that splits it here, so it's hard to make that a actual border. I do like the idea of it being a whole thing, but I know that there's a distinction between what is a Stone Dornish and then what is a Salt Dornish person, so maybe that distinction is where our dividing line is. I'm not sure. I need to keep on looking at it and deciding all those things and making those distinctions, so I invite you to add into the conversation. The other thing that people seem to struggle with was this border right here between the Southwoods and the Rosewoods. I'm probably not going to change it, only because originally my thought was to have a dividing line that travels south to the Mander and have that be the dividing line. The only problem is that these counties straddle the Mander, and then if we were to try to make one of these tributaries the border, the only one that really runs across there for the most part is this county right here. And it still doesn't, this splits it and this splits it. There's no way to make a natural border with some of the way some of these counties are divided. So I know some of you want to see rocky or cragged borders, but I think this border makes more sense. Where they would have said, okay, from the southern tip of the Goldwoods, travel south to the Mander. That's the dividing line for the Southwoods. And the fact that it's a little bit jagged just makes sense because, technology is not that great back then, so it's still a little bit jagged. I hope that makes sense to you. I would love to hear some more arguments for different borders down in the comment section. I do want to raise one point of petition, though. If and we can vote on this, I want to hear more suggestions. People seem to like the name the Goldwoods, but we're getting into this thing where we have, the Stormwoods, Southwoods, Northwoods, Redwoods, Now the Rosewoods, I wonder if we can maybe change the Goldwoods to the Valley or something similar to that. We have the Mander down here, and we have the Rosewoods, and both of those imply like fertility and this concept of prosperity. And I like the way that flows. The Goldwoods though is mostly just because of the fact that there's gold mines up in the up here, but if we had maybe the valley that travels, one into this river that cuts through it, but also the space between the cliffs and the river. I think that makes sense in my brain. So I obviously, like I said, this is a petition to you. What do you think? What do you think this should be called? Should we change it? Should we not? What should we change it to? Those are the questions that are on the docket. And then, like I said, I would love to hear more debate about the division of the borders, if you will. So I love the way this looks, by the way. This is just, it's fantastic. It's such a unique thing. You have this concept of trying to stay true to the canon function of life while also trying to create something unique and new. And it probably bothers a lot of people that there's no longer a Kingdom of the Rock. There's no longer a Kingdom of the Reach. There's no longer a Kingdom of the Veil. But here's the thing, and this is something that I want everybody to listen to really, really closely, because this is the core of this series. This is the core of what makes this channel unique. This is the core of what we're doing here. Just this fact. Every single seat in this entire empire, every independent or individual Lord Paramount is a custom character that does not exist in the canon. Just let that sink in for a second. Every single one. Whether it's the Northwoods, the Redwoods, and the Lord Paramount grandson of Lionel the Warrior, the first Andal to make an impression in the Kingdom of the Woods and earn his place as a high seat holder. And then you have in the Southwoods, you have Lord Paramount Beslin of House Roman, who's the son of Rhaegar Roman. You have in the Southwoods, or in the Stormwoods, you have House Roosmont, which has been around since the beginning. Our good friend Moose. You have the Whitewoods in the Den. You have the Cloves and the Cliffs. You have another member of House Bear, a kind of legitimized bastard, kind of the bridge between the Lannisters and House Bear, right here. And look, he's already having kids. That's amazing to me. Look, the name Xavier is like infiltrating in. I love it. Oh, this kid's gonna be good. See, and this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, he has an ugly son too. That's fantastic. He named his ugly kid after his dad. That's fantastic. This is what I'm talking about. Every character is a unique individual. You have the Weirwoods and the Bearclaw. You have now the Kooslins in the Rosewoods, and then and this is another change that I didn't show you yet. But you have a member of House Darkmare in the Mander, and the only reason I bring that up is because, and we've kind of come up with a canon reason for this, is that becoming a Lord Paramount, Auroran wanted to shed his past. He wanted to shed the name that he was trying to kind of get away from and had issues with, and so he has become a member of House Darkmare, which is the black horse on the white background. It's just a fantastic reminder of that. Let's see if we can really quick, for his sake, see if we can give him a good wife. Who do we have? We actually don't have very many. We need to go through and sort through our court. We really haven't done that in the recent past, and it's kind of caused this logjam of really old people who have really good traits. That's funny. and then young people that really don't. Okay, so if Auroran doesn't take a wife before we get to that, we're gonna take a look and see what we can do for him. We're gonna find him a good match, because that's important. You know, we want to support these new lords paramount and make sure that their houses start off great. Plus, I mean, he's weak, but you know, a good fighter. We need to see if we can get that weak trait out of his house. You know, try to move him in a new direction towards like strong or quick or whatever. And yes, he makes up for it with his other traits, but his kids might not. And so it's a good idea to go ahead and press forward with trying to get good congenital traits added into these houses. Particularly, you know, House Kuslan doesn't have congenital traits, but they have a formidable fighter that could potentially, you know, lead to something great. So I digress. All of this goes into this concept. I hope you guys get this. This is kind of setting the stage for Knights of Andalos. You know, if you haven't checked out any of those novellas, like, please do so. Those are probably the most amount of work that I've put into videos on this channel, which is sad because they're much shorter than our typical videos. They're so labor intensive, and it's such a labor of love because, you know, you have the layers of, you know, the narration, the voice acting, you know, the sound design, the music, the visual aspects, you know, all of those different things that go into this, and all of them are adding in, and you guys seem to really be responding well to them. So yeah, it's incredible. From my perspective, it's incredible. So anyways, we're getting into different territory here, but I just wanted to make that claim to you guys. So from now on, just so you know, if there's any kind of trading back and forth of land along the borders here, I'm going to try to accept it. You know, if people press de jure claims, I'm going to try to make it work. If I don't like it, I'm going to either ask them to end their war, or I'm going to try do something to fix it. But I'm going to do my best to, like, really make it a priority to, like, just put people underneath these lords paramount and then let them do their thing. As much as possible. You know, we have good realm authority, so we should be able to, like, intervene where necessary. But I'm not gonna worry about, you know, if the Mander wants to, you know, try to take some of these counties, or if the Rosewood wants to take High Garden or whatever. One thing that we are going to make it a priority to do, and you guys seem to responded well to this, was colonize Old Town. So one of our goals right now is we're going to try to get up to, I don't know, 1,300 gold, and then we'll do that. Like, that's the big priority. 1,300 gold, that gives us 300 on the tail end of colonizing to kind of work with, and then we really need to be prioritizing our gold, because that's going to become a money pit until it's finished. So, and then we'll give it to the Mander, and as a gift, and maybe that'll be their new seat. Who knows? We'll come up with a lore as we go along for it. So, all right. It's time for us to choose a new council and get into this episode. I think what I want to do is I want to hope that some of these guys are going to like hold a melee that we can go fight in. I think I want to fight in a melee today. Let's see if we can make that happen. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to evaluate our current council. So let's see where we're at. Who do we have that could maybe take our hand to the king position? Nobody really. Ned could, technically. Look, Ned's a tyrant. That's fantastic. Ooh, he's got it bad, too. Yeek. He could, technically. His stewardship's okay to do that. But his diplomacy's not great, which, you know, I feel like a hand to the king needs that. His intrigue's really high, though. But let's keep looking. Let's keep an open mind as we go through here. So, Master of Laws. Auroran actually is a good Master of Laws for us. Angerbrook is our brother-in-law. He's married to our sister, our aunt, our sister. So, you know, that's something that we need to look at. Master at Arms. Hendry's a formidable fighter, which we definitely want. We could put Adrian as our Master of Arms. Let's do that. Let's do that because he's you know, he's earned this position now in doing that. We need to find him a good wife as well if we possibly can. I don't think we're gonna find a better Master of Coin than Emin Heartland. That's just insane. Insanely high. Master of Whispers. Elaine Barrows has 18. She'd be just the same as having Halman here. We could put Ned in that position, but his tyranny worries me. It makes me think he's kind of a loose cannon. I don't necessarily like that or want to invite that. So, okay, so we've changed up our council just a little bit. I don't know that there's any other guys that I feel like we could add appropriately, you know? So we have another advisor position, and we have all of the Lords Paramount to consider here. I think the most important one to keep a good, grip and a good relationship with probably is either House Weirwood or our new Lord Paramount, House Darkmare. Speaking of which, all of these guys need to be made important characters. Yep, there we go. I think advisor-wise, probably the one that makes the most sense is either Ned. You know what? Let's bring in Emin Weirwood. I think it's important for us to do that. We also need to take a look, and we need to figure out how to get this kid. See, like I'm his guardian. That's another thing we need to assess. We only have one ward right now. Let's take our son as our guardian. We really want, here's the thing. Lord Kellis is the son, or is the grandson of the mountain, Edric, the mountain that rides. This fantastic character of, mythological proportions, and he's the grandson. So he needs to have these fighting traits. He needs to be this person. So it's important for us to do that. So we're going to go through, we're going to take him as a ward, we're going to do our best to make him into the best character that we possibly can. We'll keep him close so that we don't have to worry about him, struggling. It looks like there's bloody flux here. Is that... Oh, it looks like there's pox here, so it gets him out of Maiden Pool along with Emin because he's an advisor now, so that kind of all makes sense there. So our council's now set. I think all of our minor titles are still good. No, we have some minor titles that we got to dish out as well. So Keeper of the Swans, all of our Lords Paramount love us, so we don't really need to worry about it there, but just in sticking with lore, let's make that Lady Ravella, the evil. Master of the Horse, obviously, is going to be Auroran Darkmare. I mean, it's in his house name. High Almoner, let's see. I would say probably Eden Roosmont is a good fit for that. Good follower of the old gods. All that's good. King's Justice, our commander positions are fine for right now. They're set to auto-assign anyways. Okay. All of this is good. I'm excited. I am excited. So, yeah, we're gonna see if anybody will host a melee. I'm gonna let the time roll for a month or two, something like that. What's up with the bite up here? Let me see. They're at war with Evade the Seven. Can we join their war? Cool. We'll join their war just to get them back in place, because I don't know that they're going to be able to win this battle on their own. Let's raise up the armies of the North, or of the Redwoods. Let's put ourselves at the helm. Now let's put William Roseworth at the center. That organizer trait, man, it brings up morale quicker. It brings up all of those different things faster. So, and we're not in Mega War, so we're able to kind of do some more stuff here. So, let's give it just a second. Let the morale of this army get boosted. Aw. Our aunt, it looks like House Whitesteel has died out. No, there's 7 living members. That's cool. All of them are women, though. Oh, it looks like she's in a... Wait, what does she hold? Oh, she holds Red Shore. That's cool. Her son, Merritt, is still a member. So there's technically only one living member. Merritt Whitesteel. This is a cadet house of House Bear, basically. He's weak, but I guess that's okay. I don't know. That's interesting. I thought he would have died out by now. Or I thought they would have died out by now. Okay, we have 1,000 gold, so let's just have a small private funeral for our aunt. Let's start attacking this army. Wow. So King Auroran, or Lord Paramount Auroran, has declared a war over the over a county in the Torrentine. So he also wants a marriage proposal. Marry a Flynn? Really? That's who you want? I mean, she's lustful. I guess her fertility's high. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. It's breeding the double chin in, and y'all are gonna give me crap for that in the comment section, but it's true. It's gonna breed that in, and no congenital traits. We're gonna decline that. We know what's best for you, man. We know what's up. Let's heighten the troops' morale, just because this battle's about to happen with that. What's his war? I'm not really worried. He's not attacking his Lord Paramount, so not worried about it right now. Okay, let's take a look here. Wow, Lady Ravella's claim on the Southwoods. That I'm gonna stop. My sister seems to be coming down with pneumonia. Ugh, that's not good. No, why do people want to marry this girl? No, no. It's not good for you. Okay, but does that mean they're just gonna go out and marry some random person? He hasn't taken a wife. Okay, let's do this really quick, because it seems like they really want to get married. Let's search all. Let's load up our filters for let's do quick first, because there's bound to be more of those. Join court, ruler no, married no, gender women. Okay, so there's the 16-year-old girl, Tida. Let's see. She's coming to court for sure. Let's see. What about Genius? There we go. There's one right here. Genius girl, 20 years old. She's Salt Dornish. What about Strong? There's quite a few for Strong. There's Sabrina. She may be a good match for Auroran. Let's see. To kind of counteract that weak trait. This girl might be better. She's gonna have to lose her hood, though. I hear the mandar's nice this time of year. You know, looking through all these, oh, there's a good match there. I think we'll just go with the quick and with the Genius girls. I think that those will be great ones to do, if we're honest with ourselves. Okay, so that war should end. I'm gonna let those girls come to court. Okay, the bite should now come back into the fold. There we go. My king, I humbly ask that you intervene on my behalf against the aggression of Lady Paramount Ravella Whitewood, who is invading my lands in obvious contravention to the peace of the realm. I would be eternally grateful for your support. In this matter, yours, Lord Paramount Beslin of House Roman. I will order her to stand down. She refuses. She will be a traitor. And that may actually be better, to be honest. Oh, that's the other thing that I had to do. Hold on. This was the other part of this. Look, she gave Xavier Woods. She raised him to nobility, and she gave him... She gave him Shoreham, right? Am I reading that correctly? And then Redshore is occupied by Lady Meredith on the other side. So Whitewood Glen is actually not a part of House Whitewood anymore. See, this is the thing, man. You get these crazies in here. See, look at Lord Manfred. Oh, God. These are not good. Let's see if we can give him a good opportunity here. Let's put him under Peterbrook. She's going to say yes. His birthday is in a while, so he has a little bit of time. And that'll at least help boost him. God, his learning's so low. Unknown sources. What is that? Huh. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Okay, well, we gotta at least get him away from her and figure something out there. Okay, so here are the girls. They've come to court. Ravella stepped down as whatever active aggression that might be. The Goldwoods look like they're infighting right now, which I could probably command to stop, right? Yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, it's these claymores that aren't what we want, you know. And I think he'd be able to stomp them like significantly. Maybe not though. Look at those army numbers. That's not good. So, yeah, those are the wars that I would stop for sure. All right, let's find these girls and let's propose marriage here. So, where is it? Arranged marriage. Let's see. Let's put Adrian in there. Okay. We can keep Maria in there, or Maria, I think, is a good marriage proposal, and she'll help kind of keep things going there. So we'll do that, and then we're gonna offer the quick I'm sorry, I couldn't get there quick enough. This is a good, I mean, it's a good character, don't get me wrong, like, it's not that. She already has cancer. She's only 20. Like, that's not a good sign. She's brawny, chaste, charitable, just, diligent. I mean, she's a good character. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll be for the best. Maybe it'll be for the best. That means I got a quick girl in my court that I gotta marry. Not to myself, but to somebody. What are you depressed about? What is she depressed about? I don't understand. I'm friggin' stressed out over here. Your depression's ruining your fertility. You need to get over it. Okay, let's march down here. Let's disband this unit. Once we get to Colt, there we go. They come back into the fold. Now I can be at peace for a little bit. We're gonna let the time roll. I want a melee. Somebody, please. Let's give me a melee. It shouldn't take very long. What are our factions currently? Crown Loyalist and then Independents. This guy, Seastone Isles. Where's... Oh. Dude, if you weren't at war, I would literally give you independence. I would give into that. Do nothing. We'll do nothing. Okay, I'm going to let this roll till a melee happens. No melee yet, but look, this is hilarious. So I can imprison Lord Paramount Zachary of the Goldwoods because he's the leader of a plot, and his plot is to kill Lady Paramount Ravella the Evil. And so I'm just going to pretend like I don't know about that, and I'm going to go back to what I was doing before and just wait for a melee to happen with my fingers in my ears saying la 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 la. Okay, so still no melee, which is a little disappointing, but I'm kind of done waiting for it now. But I had this event happen for the refuge that's in Bear Hall to increase the prosperity slightly, so we had to spend a little bit of gold. As you can see, we're kind of down below 1,000 right now. Alms and other supplies have been brought to the refuge. It will make the life much easier for those in need. The question now is how to present your extraordinary gift so we can gain 100 prestige, saying it's a gift from the High King. We can become a chance of becoming zealous if we wanted to do that, and present it as a gift from the gods. We could also become gregarious if we present it as a gift from the realm, or we could say that we're doing it for the people. We get a temporary boost to general opinion and a decrease in the revolt risk overall. I think these two are definitely the best options. Zealous is only good because it gives us 2 martial. The issue is that we have some Andal and Faith of the Seven kings, or not kings, but Lords Paramount, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for us to deal with going forward if we're zealous. Gregarious may be the better option. It kind of gives everybody a boost to us. So I think we should try that. Let's try it. I don't know if we became gregarious or not. We did not. Come on now. Freaking hate RNG.